You were in bed for 8 hours, maybe even 9. So why do you wake up feeling like you barely slept at all? Groggy, foggy, heavy, drained before the day has even begun. If you wake up tired no matter how long you stay in bed, listen closely, because you are not lazy and you are not imagining it. The problem usually isn't how many hours you spend in bed, it's the quality of those hours. And after 60, the quality of your sleep changes in ways almost nobody warns you about. The wonderful news is that a handful of simple changes, mostly in what you do before bed, can transform how rested you feel when you wake. Today, I'll show you exactly what's stealing your deep sleep and how to get it back. Quick thing before we dive in. If you've been losing the battle with tired mornings, do me a small favor and tap that like button and subscribe, because I put out something every single week to help you feel stronger, sharper, and more rested in these years. Your support keeps these coming. All right, let's get into why you wake up tired. Here's the first thing to understand, and it changes how you'll think about sleep forever. Sleep is not one flat, even thing. Across the night, you move through stages, lighter sleep and deeper, more restorative sleep, cycling several times. It's the deep sleep that truly recharges you, repairing your body and refreshing your brain. And here's what happens after 60. You naturally spend less time in that deep, restorative sleep, and more time in the lighter stages where the smallest thing can stir you. You also tend to wake more often through the night, sometimes without even remembering it. So you can lie in bed for 9 hours and still wake unrefreshed, simply because too little of that time was spent in the deep sleep that actually restores you. It's not the quantity that's failing you, it's the quality. And quality is exactly what we can improve. Now, before I give you the fixes, I have to mention one important thing because it's too serious to skip. If you snore loudly, if you ever wake up gasping or choking, or if your partner notices you stop breathing for moments in your sleep, and especially if you're extremely sleepy during the day, please mention this to your doctor. That can be a sign of a sleep disorder called sleep apnea, where your breathing is interrupted through the night, robbing you of deep sleep over and over. It's very common, often missed, and very treatable, and addressing it can be life-changing. So if that sounds like you, that's your first step, before anything else. For everyone else, let me show you what's quietly sabotaging your sleep quality and what to do instead. And here's the encouraging part. Most of these are small, ordinary things you have complete control over. Let's start with the evening drinks, because this one catches almost everyone. That glass of wine before bed may feel like it helps you doze off, but alcohol actually fragments your sleep later in the night, pulling you out of the deep stages and waking you in the small hours, so you wake up unrefreshed. And caffeine, from afternoon coffee or tea, can linger in your system far longer than you'd think, quietly keeping your sleep shallow. The fix? Keep caffeine to the morning and go easy on alcohol in the evening, especially in the last few hours before bed. This single change transforms sleep for a lot of people. Next, the glow of screens. Watching television right up until your eyes close, or scrolling on a phone or tablet in bed, floods your eyes with bright light that tells your brain it's still daytime, holding back the natural signal that should be making you sleepy. The fix: give yourself a screen-free wind down in the last half hour to hour before bed. Dim the lights, read a few pages of a real book, listen to something calm, let your brain ease towards sleep instead of being yanked awake by a glowing screen. Then there's your bedroom itself. A room that's too warm, too bright, or too noisy keeps your sleep shallow without you even realizing it. Because your body sleeps best in a cool, dark, quiet, cave-like space. The fix: make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary, cooler than you'd think, as dark as you can make it, and quiet. Even small changes, a cracked window for cool air, heavier curtains, can deepen your sleep noticeably. Here's one more that surprises people: your evening meal and your blood sugar. A heavy meal too close to bedtime forces your body to work on digestion when it should be resting. And on the flip side, going to bed hungry, or having your blood sugar dip in the night, can wake you too. The fix: try to eat your larger meals earlier, And if you're hungry at night, a small, light snack with a bit of protein can keep you settled, rather than a big plate or a sugary treat that spikes and then crashes. And the foundation under all of it, a consistent rhythm. Going to bed and waking at wildly different times each day confuses your body's internal clock, which thrives on routine. The fix: aim for a regular bedtime and wake time, even on weekends, so your body learns when to wind down and when to rise. And help that clock along by getting some bright light, ideally sunlight, soon after you wake, which is one of the most powerful ways to set your rhythm and, surprisingly, to improve the very next night's sleep. So picture your new evening. You ease off the caffeine and the late drink. An hour before bed, the screens go off and the lights go low. You wind down quietly, read, breathe, relax. Your bedroom is cool and dark. You head to bed around the same time you did last night, and in the morning, you open the curtains to the light. None of this is hard, none of it costs a thing, and together it can move you from shallow, restless nights to the deep, restoring sleep that actually leaves you refreshed. Let me gather it together. You wake up tired, not because of how long you sleep, but because after 60, you get less of the deep, restorative sleep that truly recharges you. So protect that deep sleep, watch for the signs of sleep apnea, and tell your doctor if they fit. Ease off evening alcohol and afternoon caffeine. Shut down screens and dim the lights before bed. Make your room cool and dark. Mind your evening meal, and keep a steady rhythm with morning light. Do these, and tired mornings can become a thing of the past. Now I'd love to hear from you. What does your night look like? Do you wake in the small hours, lie awake, or sleep through, but still feel exhausted? Tell me in the comments, because your answer is a clue, and sharing it might help someone else recognize their own pattern. We can all sleep a little better by learning from each other. A quick, honest note before we close. This video is for general education, not personal medical advice. Sleep problems can have real medical causes, and if yours are ongoing, or if those sleep apnea signs sound familiar, please talk with your doctor, who can help in ways no video can. You deserve real rest, and it's worth seeking. A good night's sleep isn't a luxury, and it isn't too much to ask for. It's one of the great healers, and with a few gentle changes tonight, it can be yours again. Sleep well, and I'll see you in the next video.